Hello everyone, good morning and good evening. So let us start the session. So where are we now? What have discussed in the last session? So everyone please unmute yourself. We'll discuss quickly.
Data types.
So we have ended with the data types. We have started with so from where this Python features are adapted. Okay, if you take any programming language, the most functional programming features are adapted from the C. Okay, C is the father of all the programming language. So do you have any programming language before the C? Yes, we're having the ABC language, B language, different are there. But C is the stability and which is the most used language. Next, C does not support the object-oriented principles. Okay, why these object-oriented principles are required, I will explain in the upcoming sessions to manage the memory. So most of the cases, memory management, code reusability, code enhancement, code encapsulation, code abstraction, inheritance. So number of reasons are there. Okay. Next, the scripting features taken from the Perl and Shell. Next, modular programming taken from the modular. So what are the benefits with our Python? It is a very easy, simple, everybody able to understand. The important point is here, open source and a free version. Free means you no need to purchase anything. Open source means where you can able to see the code if you want. In case of the Python, as per your requirement, you can able to modify the Python framework also. Okay, if you modify that is specific to the project. Okay, next, platform independent. So this can be extendable and embedded. Because of this reason, extendable and embedded, we are using this Python inside of embedded system, different areas. Okay. So how many ways to declare a comments? Two ways, inline or multi-line. Next, we have started with the data types. So in yesterday's session, I just shown this data type using the Amazon website. If anybody missed yesterday's session, go through it. Let me give an example. Okay, for example, you want to send some information. So how you are going to be send? You are going to be send the information. Who is the data carriers? Who will be carry the data? Ultimately, the information will be transferred over the network. But who will take care? So our data types are take care about to transfer the data in the application. Okay, so the data types are the carriers. Okay, so let us see how many types of data types are there, how it is categorized. Okay, so I will draw the flow diagram. In general, how many data types are there common to all the programming language. So coming to the Python, we're having a few other categories also. I will explain everything. Please take a diagram. Data types. Now tell me, just everyone unmute yourself. So how many types of data types are there? Just to give a count.
30.
30. 30. Okay. Everyone, it is right or wrong? I will correct you now. So just unmute. Shashi, Sai, Rishi, Sai Sweta, Himanshu, Dorin, Bharat.
Mainly two type data
Only
type.
two types. Okay. Others? Prasad. Okay. So here, yeah, yes, please. So if you observe, we have the different categories of data types are there. Okay. As per the specific programming language, again, we are having the some other data types. Okay. So let me categorize how many types of data types are there. So in the nature, so as our member saying, we're having two types. What are those? Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. Primitive data type, non-primitive data type. Okay, please take it parallelly. Vijendra, can you please mute yourself? We're getting some noise.
Yeah, getting.
No, no, no. Can you please mute yourself? We're getting noise. So while anybody is talking, just unmute and again, please go to the mute. Okay. So now here we're having the primitive and the non-primitive. So what is mean by primitive data type? So these are all also called as value type. These are reference type. These are called value type. These are called reference type. So these value types are categorized into how many way? How many? First one is the Boolean. Next one is the character. Next one is the number or numeric. Okay, take these are the sub three categories under the primitive data type or value data type.
Excuse me.
Yes,
Data types are different for other programming languages, right?
yes, I will give you. I will give you entire details.
Okay, I'm just asking about Python difference.
Yes, yes, I will give you. We'll go one by one. So I'm just
Sure,
giving
thank
the
you.
overall, right? So from this, what type of data types are there? I will go. I will go one by one.
Sure, thank you.
So here we're having non-primitive data type or reference type. So here it is. The first one is a string object. Next, arrays are collections. The next and last one is the class. In the nature, if you take any programming language, we're gonna have the two types. Primitive or value type, non-primitive or reference type. The primitive means Boolean, character, and AMI. Non-primitive means string, object, arrays, or collections, and class. Okay, so these are the categories. So coming to the Python, can I go next, right? Coming to the Python, these arrays are collections categorized again as a three types. Okay, these arrays are collections categorized again as three types. What are those? Anyone? Just add it if you know.
List,
List,
dictionaries,
dictionaries,
tuples,
tuples. Here we're having the categories. So these are will categorize perfect ways. Sequence type, sequence type. Okay, what are the sequence types? List, tuple, list, tuple, range. Okay, so these arrays are collection of the data types. So in the Python, they given a few other data types, few extra types. These are our extra types. Are you clear? So the first one is the sequence type. Sequence means list type, tuple type, range type. Okay. Next one, you said dictionary. So that is called mapping data type. Mapping type. What are those? Dictionary. Dictionary. And the next one is the set type. So which one is the set? Set. Frozen set. Now clear? So Atresh, now you clear, right?
Yes.
Okay. So why so these many categories? I will explain. Okay. Next, so Boolean means true or false. For example, if I asking the question in your website, you need to answer some questionnaire. Either it can be true or false. Next, character. You just want to input only one value, that is nothing but a character. Number. If I say number, what type of number? Simple number, complex number, number with decimal. See here you are having the different categories, right? So here we can able to take so these numbers we can able to take it as three ways. Okay, what are those three? Integer, float, complex. Okay, so if we are able to categorize like this now, we can't able to forget. These numbers are integer, float, and complex numbers. Okay. Next, string. String is nothing but a series of characters. For example, if you're typing A, B, C, something, series of character, your name, for example, my name, Krishna. So if you're able to type like this, that is called a string. Next, object. Object. Next, we're having the arrays. So these arrays are, they categorize. Arrays is nothing but a collections. In the Python, they categorize the collections. Sequence type collection, mapping type collection, set type collection. In the sequence type, we're having the list, tuple, range. Next, mapping type collection, we are having the dictionary. Next, set type collection, we are having the set, frozen set. And the last one is the class. Please take it. Everybody is done, right? Okay. Next, these data, are you clear with this data type? Okay. So these data types, how to represent? So Boolean means true or false. Boolean means true or false. So in detail, we'll explain again. Each data type will take how to represent. I will explain. Just take it. So there you are having the space. Just add it. Character means character. Number means 1, 2, 3, 4. Float number means dot. Complex means a plus. So for the complex number, take it. So because of the complex data type as a part of the data type in the Python, that's why the Python was used in the scientific applications, data sciences. So other can I able to use means it is possible with the .NET Java also, but very difficult to maintain such a complex numbers. So this is a plus bj. Okay, string means series of characters. Object means key and value. Arrays are collections. So these will categorize na will tell. So list is represented by how to represent a list? Square braces. Remember, in the upcoming sessions, we'll show one by one, but we may have the forget this representation. Take it. So tuple means simple braces. Range means dot range. Dictionary means see here. Braces, curly braces, key and value. Key and value. Set, frozen set are represented by braces, but without key and value. Done?
Can you give me one more time objects example?
I will come up with each and every example. Okay. So object means this object you are asking, right?
Mhm.
So object will store data in the form of a key and value pair.
Okay.
Okay. So each and every data type will go one by one.
Okay, thank you.
Okay. So along with these things, there is a one more data type is called none. None means nothing. So along with these data types, we are having one more is called none. None means nothing. For example, I'm just asking you one question. Okay, in our application, there is a question you need to be answered. So if you are not giving true or false, what will be the output? It is a true or false. So in that case, it is nothing. So how to identify user is answered or not? If the value of the field is none, then we are going to be take it as a nothing.
So can we
So
take it as a null value?
yes, that is the next one. So if I take it as a null, in case of the database, so how to store the values of Boolean true or false means nothing but 1 or 0 if the value is the null. So null null is not there in the Python. Instead of the null, we are representing the non null. Okay. So in the Python, the next data type is none. Take about this one. None means nothing. In the Python, null is represented as none. In the Python, null is represented as a none. For example, you are storing the data inside of the database. So nobody answered that question. So no one is not yet answered. So what will be the, can I show, can I take it as a true or false? No, true means he's saying about true, the value of the field is true. False means he's saying about value is the false. But I don't want to be true or false. In that case, null. To support that null on the UI side, nothing but here in the server side, we are representing null as the none. So while we are discussing with the database mapping and everything, right, I will show how this null is converted to the null and showing. Okay. So this none is specific to Python. This none is specific to the Python. Okay. Next, take a note. In Python, data types are represented. So in general, now tell me how to represent a data type. For example, int I is equal to 10. Other programming languages. Okay. But coming to the Python. So yesterday I have told one point. Python is a dynamically typed programming language. For this statement, I will discuss today as I mentioned. Correct? Okay. So what is mean by this dynamically typed programming language? Now we are going to be discussed. If you take any programming language, server side Python programming language, Python client side programming language, JavaScript, other than these two, remaining all are, you need to be must mention the data type. Okay. So in the Python, data types are represented in two ways. In two ways. What are those? First one is the implicit data type representation. Next one is the explicit data type representation. So maybe if you're found or not these categories in some website, don't worry about it. But these are the categories. Okay. So once we are having the categories, right? So will very easy to learn the subject. Okay. So in the Python, data types are represented in two ways. One is the implicit, second one is explicit. Okay. So how to represent the implicit data type and explicit data type, I will explain now. Okay. So yesterday we have created our Python program, right? So let me go to the Python programs. Here we are having the hello. So how to open this program? Either you can able to open Visual Studio Code from here, okay, or else from here. What is the command? Code space dot. This is only for the Visual Studio Code. So hope everybody is completed with the setup. Can I take it as yes or yet to be do? Anybody still facing the setup issue?
I have to do it. I just started. So, by the way, I'm using. Can I use Jupyter Notebook?
Yes, yes, you can able to use any Jupyter, PyCharm, Eclipse, Anaconda, anything you can able to use. So here I'm asking. So hope everybody is completed the Python framework setup, runtime setup, IDE setup. Everybody is done, right? So still, if you're not yet done, let me notice. I will explain. So if you're using the Python, I want to get the auto intelligence. So here you are having the extensions. So install the extension. What is the extension? Python. So type the Python. So can you show again? I just not noticed. Here you are having, right? So in the Visual Studio Code, this is the tree structure, your application tree structure. So here is the search if you want to find any file. Next, here is the source control. For example, if you want to connect to the Git and different. Next, here it is. If anybody needs the Git, I will do the separate series for the Git and I will give you. Okay. Run and debug. Next, extensions. Testing. So go to the extensions. For this Visual Studio Code and your project, what type of extension you want? I need the Python extension. Okay, see here, install this one. If it is already installed, it will not show. For example, Python indented. Here, click on the install. Even if you're install or not, that can be fine nowadays. Whereas the latest IDs, those are having inbuilt. But still, if you want, you can do to add it. So if any extensions you want for this your project, you can able to add from these extensions. Okay, so click on install, it will be installed. So this is intelligence. Okay, so let us go back. What is the extension of the Python file .py? Okay, so how to create it? I just open the program, click on a file. Here I have created common.py. That's it. So common.py. Okay, so if I want to run this file in the right corner, here you can able to see runner. Okay, so as I said yesterday, we'll show the simple chatbot example today, but let me show, let us cover the data types today, and I will show that one in the next session on the Monday. And one more thing, so please confirm, hope everybody will be joined, that's why you are coming for the demo. But I know, but even just to confirm and send your email IDs. So upcoming Monday session onwards, we are going to be send the recordings personally. So if you need the notes and everything, okay. So think like if you're having the 15 plus members along with you also, if you have any doubt, raise it. Okay, take like 1-to-1 session. So anybody having the doubts up to now, everybody is clear, right? Okay. So now, if I want to represent a small data type, how to represent, how to create, we need the syntaxes or no? So let us do the syntax to create a data type or variable. Syntax to create a variable. What is the syntax? Variable name. While you are representing the syntax, you need to follow this one. Less than, greater than symbol. Variable name is equal to, here you need to assign the data. This is for a implicit representation. So what does this mean by less than, greater than symbol? See, in the syntaxes you are having the two things. One is the mandatory, second one is the optional. Correct? Optional. So if you want to represent optional, you need to write a square braces. Okay, so your data is optional, simply say like square braces. If you say square bracket, then it will be optional. Okay, so next, explicit. How to represent explicit? Variable name is equal to, here you need to mention the data type. So each data type we are having the method, and you need to mention the data. This is the way to represent explicit. In the implicit, or else we'll take in the next point. In the implicit data type representation based on the assigned data, data type will be defined, data type will be defined at runtime. Runtime. What is mean by runtime? Runtime means you are running the application. So here you are having the two modes. One is the developer to write and that is called compile time. So next, your program is executing, that is called runtime. If you don't know, so take arrow mark and write it. So better to use a 2 to 3 color pens and write the some running points. Okay, but runtime checking the for example, flight is in the journey. Can I check the fluid is exist or not? It is very difficult here. So if fluid is not there, what it will do on the air? Can you tell me? Yes or no? So same like here is the situation. Even you are in the bus journey, bus is going on. Can I check the fluid? No. I want to stop it and I need to be check it. So while running any equipment or object, it is difficult to check that value. It can be okay. I'm saying about it is not a difficult means you can able to check it at a runtime. You can able to assign, but accident will be happen. Yes or no? While the flight is going, the fluid is there or not. Nobody is not at checked. What will happen? They can't able to check at the runtime. If they check at the runtime, also nothing. They can't do anything. Okay, if you go with the runtime, yes, that can be perfect, but there can be chances at a production type. So I will explain about what type of the production issues we are facing as a part of this Python programming language. To avoid that production issues, what we need to take care of. Next, production issues are there. So how to identify the production issue? Okay, for example, the client is using our application. Okay, the client is using the application. He got an issue. Can you go and ask the client, can you please repeat that issue again? So client will be saying his as per the client English, I am getting the so on so issue. Please take it as a priority 1 or priority 2 or priority 3 or priority 4. We have 4 different priorities. Okay, so either the priority can be decided by the us or the client, that can be different matter. Here we are getting the some issue. So how you are going to be get it? That can be done by using the log files, log log files. We'll discuss. There is a 2 types of log. So client issues will be tracked by so that's what we're saying the real-time oriented structure. In the real time, we're going to be discuss all these things. Logs. Here you are having the 2 types of logs. What are those? Log files or log in a database. Either you need to be log in the file or you need to be log in the database. So if you are asking the client, at least client will be give that file, or else, for example, you are having a project. One project is going on IRCTC. So it can be developed by the single company. No, for example, TCS will take the development, Cognizant will take the enhancement, and support will be given to the Wipro. But even single company also can able to take it. Who is going to be support? We are going to connect it to the support team. Those support teams having the based on his role, they will able to connect to the client database. They will give these files at the database. Okay, these are the different scenarios we'll see in the upcoming sessions. Okay, so how to represent the database? Here is the way. Okay, you need to create a variable and assign the data implicit. Okay, so Python will be converted based on the assigned type. Okay, let us see it. Okay, so give me some name. For example, name is equal to Krishna. Now what is my data type of a name? What is my data type of a name?
String.
Okay, string. So
String.
how to check my data type is a string or not? Let me print the name first. So here you are having the runner. Simply click on that run. Krishna. Now I need to check what data type it is. So here is to print the name. Next, let me add a comment. Check name data type. Anyone? How to check data type of that name variable? So Python, yes, Python providing the keyword or method called typ type. typ type. So I can able to check by using the type. Let me print the data. Print type name.
Can we write type of name instead of print?
So if I say
to
if I say the type only the name, I just want to see the output, right? So if it is there, I can't able to see the output. Okay, let me run. See here in the below, you can able to see the name and it is the type of string. So if I run like this, I can't able to see that type. Okay, to print this one,
Okay.
I'm using the print method. But 2 to 3
Only the
sessions,
name
I
is
will.
displayed instead of the type. That's what you're saying.
Yes, I just want to be displaying the output. So
Okay.
currently we're not using the Django. So in the next session, I mean in the upcoming next week, I will show the Django because I'm also not interested to show in this command prompt like this on the top you are having. So we need to write a very good functionality. So once you compile the code, I'm interested to show the output in the Chrome. Okay, here we need to see the output in the next week. Let us go the one by one. So if I explain the how to install the Django, maybe few members can be fear. Maybe Python is the difficult. No. Okay. So initially, let us go here.
So here, what is the use of the type?
So check the name variable data type. Python providing the type function to check the and it will give the data type. Okay. Type. Take it as a heading. Type. Type will provides the data type of a variable. Data type of a variable. So why so type is required? Why so type is required? For example, you are saying about I can able to visualize, but human beings are not there while running the program, right? So the program also need to be understand. So in some cases, you need to be check a data type also. Okay, to check the data types also. If you are using the JavaScript type of keyword, here typ type simple. So type is the keyword, it is used to check the data type. So let me say one. Now tell me what is the data type here? In the line
String.
number 1.
Now it is the integer.
Now it is integer or string?
Integer.
So here is the issue. Yes, one is the integer, but the way you are representing inside of the quotation, it is nothing but it will become a string. Okay, it is a string. So such a cases you need to be check. You can't able to estimate what type of the data type is coming. You need to be check such a type. We are using the type keyword. So take it as an example. typ type of your variable name. Type of your variable name. Okay. So let us go back to the Boolean. In the Python, okay, please complete that one. I will explain.
Hello.
Yes.
Hello.
Yes, please. Nitin, go ahead.
Sir, what you written now the print name, that is implicit or explicit?
Implicit. I'm just explaining the implicit only, right? Implicit I'm explaining. Explicit I will come.
Because that data is not predefined, type is not defined predefined, that's why this is implicit.
Yes. Implicit means assigned value will be decide the data type. Assigned value will be decide the data type. It will be implicitly done by the Python. Python is taking, right? That taking care about this one. That's why it is called implicit. Okay. So I will give the explicit now itself. Take the point. In the Python, Boolean is represented by true or false. So remember the point. In general, other programming language, it is the small t, but coming to the Python, it is the capital T, capital F, capital T or capital F. So I will give the example for both implicit and explicit. So let res is equal to true. In the Python, what type of Boolean, in case of the bool, what type of real-time scenarios will become, I will show you. Okay. Result is equal to true. So what happen if it is the small true? Small true is not there. It will show error. Okay. Capital true. Let me print data type. Print type of res. So it is the class bool type. So this is called implicit. So how to represent explicit? Bool. So now by the explicit itself, you are saying about it is a Boolean. What is output? Bool. So this is the explicit. So take it as explicit example. Response is equal to bool of true. Clear, right? I have mentioned a point. Python is the dynamically typed programming language. So now what is the data type in the line number 2? If you are seeing that assigned data true or false, it can be Boolean. Can I say result is equal to 10? Yes or no? So now what is the type? Integer. But what happened to my Boolean? This is the what dynamically typed programming language. So dynamic in the sense, in the one case you can able to give the true, it will accept. In the next case, if you're able to give the string, it will accept. In the next case, if you're able to give the number, it will accept. Okay. So there is a no such a thing. For example, if you take other programming language, you are going to be inside the int. So always it should be act as a int. Okay. So the dynamically typed in the nature is, if you want, you can able to take that point. So one case in the true, in the next step, we can able to say Boolean, it will be work. If I able to say the number or string, it will be work. Okay, this is called a dynamically typed programming language. Okay, so in case of the true, what are the scenarios? So see the things. So true plus true, these are not a real-time scenarios. Maybe if you found somewhere, so don't we follow such a scenarios. True plus true means it will be become the output is 1. Okay, but don't take this scenario. This is not at all in the real-time scenario. Such a very nice websites will be explained like this. So boolean will be boolean and boolean will be become a true and it will be ultimately the int. For example, 1 or in case of true or false, true is nothing but 1, false is nothing but 0. Ultimately the output is the false. So as a application developer, you are not going to perform such additions. But in the real time, what type of cases I can able to see? Okay, so now I'm take the one scenario. Himanshu working on the database. Okay. Bharat Chandra is working on the Python. So Himanshu saved the data as a true. He saved the data along with the perfect data. I mean to say, however, our Python is going to be work same. So now tell me what is the data type here. So ultimately it will become a string. Ultimately it will become a string. But Bharat Chandra added this is the one. So whatever data type it will become, I will make converted to this is the one. Okay. So I will show you in the upcoming sessions how this data type will become from the database and will. So now tell me what is the data type? Boolean. Perfect. Perfect, right? Jansi, Rishi. So now I will give the one scenario. Who will answer? So now what is the data type of a bool? Now what is the data type? The first it will be print the false. What is the output here in the line number 5?
Boolean.
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 Just everybody, Prasad. Just add your thought. So why am I calling? Maybe if anybody sleep because it is early morning and late night session. So hope everybody wake up. So we're expecting a bool. But what is the output here? The line number 4, what is the output here? Able to see the output?
False.
We're expecting a false. What system is given? So this is the exact one of the real-time case. So freshers maybe 1 or 2 experience guys will be do this is the mistake. We're expecting a false data type is the boolean, everything is satisfied, but output is came as a true. Here is the reason.
But you have assigned the value for result is equals to boolean or false, right?
Correct.
So when you ask the system to print a result and type of result, then it will give you the type of the result, right?
Yes. So this is the way what we are seeing. So let the mission is understanding. Now tell me, I'm just highlighting. So what is it is? Correct. What you said, that is perfect. So in the line number 7, I have added something. So now tell me what it is. It is a string or number or boolean.
String.
So this is the string. Okay, this is the string. For the string, you are trying to explicitly converting the line number 2 to the boolean. The data type will be become a boolean, but output printing the value as the true. So here is the reason. So now, as per the human, it is the false value, but as per the system, it is a string value. As per the system, it is a string value. Okay. Yeah, bo. As per the system, string value. For all the string values, the output is true. Okay. See here. Let me say Krishna. Now what you are expecting? So let us execute, don't worry. So it is representing what is the output here? True. Okay. So for all the string values, the bool will be written the true. Okay. So here is the problem. Okay. So Python will be work. So as per the system, string value of bool always true. Okay. This is the what in the Python. But how to get a false? Simply return a empty value. If the boolean value is empty, then the output will be shown. In case of the string, the value exists, bool will be written the true. Value is not exist, bool will be written the false.
And in place of empty value, if you are going to give any number like 12, 13, what would be the output it's supposed to give?
So
Because that's
in
not
case of yes, directly
without
here it is.
code.
Na? So as per
Yeah,
the
without
system,
code.
you are represent the string. Ultimately, it will show a true.
No, but if you're going without quotes, because if you're giving the quotes, it's a string, right? But if you're going just to a number, then it's
Perfect.
a integer,
Perfect.
right?
Yes, integer. So 12 is the integer. Bool of the 12 is nothing but it will be considered as true. So bool will be saying about data exists. So here we need to be take a that difference point. I will give you that point. Bool will be written where in which case bool will be written and which case bool will be written false. Okay. Bool will return false in below cases when bool of empty. So if you are passing the empty string, it will be false. Next, bool of 0. Okay, you want to see bool of 0. False. So once I will give the list, right, then you will be clear. Okay, don't worry if you're still in the confusion mode. Next, bool of, so I'm giving the string, I'm giving the number, here I'm giving the bool of false will be the false. Next, bool of, bool of, see here in the data types. So number we have given, boolean we have given, string you have given. Next, let me give. So if it is a empty square bracket, the output will become a false. You can able to have the stone point for all the empty values. Boolean will be written that false. If values exist, then it will be written true. You can able to take that point as a note. Bool will return false when the values are default, when passed the values are default values. What is the default value of number? 0. Default value of number is 0. What is the default value of a string? Empty string. Okay, so that's why if you observe sometime back I given the representation. What is the empty value of the list? Simple square bracket, triple braces, frozen set, curly braces. So bool will return the false when passed the values are default values. In case of the default values, you can able to take the point like in case of the default values, bool return the false. Now clear? So any default value if you are passing, then output is the false. Any questions? Any confusion?
Hello.
Yes, Nitin. Yeah, Nitin.
Sir, boolean of false. Boolean of false. It's why it will be false? Because the false is written in a string, na?
No. See here, Nitin. It is the quotation of the false or simple false. So observe that the quotation of false is nothing but a string. Okay, this is the string, correct? So if I use the normal false, then it will become a direct false. Okay, so here is the two things. Remember, the quotation of the string FAL is the false. So this is the string. If you use the quotes, it will be string. Okay, for any string other than the default value, it will be true. What is the default value of string, Nitin? Empty.
Quotation empty.
Nothing but these quotes without data. So now it will return a false. So now I'm saying about a false. Just a false, direct FALC false. Okay, so remember the point. So for all the default values of a data types, all the default values, bool will be written a false. What is the default value of a boolean? Default value of Boolean is the false. But if you are not answering the value, then we are taking it as a null, but the default value of Boolean is false. What is the default value of a number? 0. Next. So Bharat Chandra wants to handle this case also. What is the case? So in the real time, this is the what, see the scenario. So this is the false. What you are getting the output now, tell me. What you are expecting? True. But we need to handle this case. But Chandra don't want to be give this issue for the tester to be test he want to fix. Can I able to execute? See in the real time. This is the what we are doing. So I need to be
True.
yes, true. But I want to show as a false. Okay. But unexpectedly, Himanshu saved the data in case of the string for the true and false. Remember this point. There can be unexpected situations, definitely. In the database, you are saving the data in the string format true or false. In the database, you are saving the data. Give me one more minute, we'll close the session. True or false. But on the UI, you are evaluating that Boolean, but it is representing the true. Why? Our Python program will take if a string value exists, it will be the true. Clear, right? So in this case, our Python is providing the evaluation. This evaluate will be converted to that exact type. See the output now. False. Okay. So now Bharatra Chandra in the safe mode. Okay.
What is this evaluation?
I will explain. I will give the definition. Okay. So I'm just explaining now what I have explained. So in case of the false, false is the string, bool will be written the true because the false is the in case of the string format. To handle such a case, we need to be used. This is the what I mentioned. So by this, you can able to conclude evaluate. It will be convert. See here. For example, anytime if you want any definition, right? I mean, for few things I'm just giving. So what it is saying, evaluate the source in the context of a global and locals. The source may be string represented on the Python expression code or object returned compile. So they given the something else. So it will be evaluated that string to exact data type. Okay. So Python, in the Python, if I say quotation of the string, always true. But false is the string. Yes, false is the string in your point of view. False is the string in the mission point of view. But a developer point of view, false is nothing but a Boolean. Okay. So to avoid this such a issue, so Python is providing the eval. Take that notes. Eval. Small e. Eval will evaluated the source value. So in which cases you are using these eval? If you are using the Boolean with the true and false. In case of the true and value, true and false are the I mean string. But these scenarios is happening. Yes, it will happen sometime. Okay, it will happen sometimes. To handle that one, remember this is the one. So what is the result? See the example. Response is equal to bool. See, take that one. False. You may forget. What is output? What is output? What is output?
False. True.
True. Perfect. Okay. So now response is equal to bool of. Here I need to be evaluated this expression. So evaluate will evaluate the source value to exact format. Here let me evaluate. Here I need to be evaluate. What is output? What is output? False.
False.
So any questions up to here? Any clarification required? Whatever you have discussed?
One question.
Yeah, Shashi. Shashi, right?
So when we are using double quotes, then yeah, that I understand that we are inviting the string. That's the reason it's giving me false.
Correct.
But
Perfect.
take example, if I'm going to invite single quotes, then why
Yeah.
it's
So
giving
in the data
false?
type representation of the string, I will tell there is a two ways to represent a string, either a double quote or single quote. Both are the string representations.
Okay, got it. Because I tried single quote, it was giving me false, so I was kind of wondering what's happening.
Yeah, no. So next one is the string, right? While explaining the string, I will explain how many ways to represent a string. String can be represented in the two ways, either double quotes or single quote. Okay.
Thank you.
So in case of Python, for example, if you're using the Java, only double or single? Anybody Java guys here? Only double. .NET also. So next, so that is for today. I will give the one scenario. For example, in the database, my value is the string I have saved instead of the capital F, a small false. Can you take it as a work? Can you take it as a lab? So here I'm having the question. See here. What is my question? What is the output of? Take it as output of bool of evaluation of false. What is the output? Okay. So not now. Try it and ping me. Okay. See here, these are the chances in the real time. We need to be checked for all the cases. Yes or no? So if I say capital F, Krishna said very well. Krishna sir given very well case. So in case of quotation, super he given as evaluated also to evaluate. Okay, perfect. But what in case of small false? So in case of string, can I say these two are? So database is case sensitive or case insensitive? Case insensitive. You can able to save any type of the data. Either upper lower combination, lower upper combination. Okay. So take it as a lab. So what I have discussed today? Yes, team. What I have discussed today? Data types. We have discussed about type keyword. We have discussed about evaluation keyword. Finally, Boolean. Okay. Yes. So that's it for today. Anybody having the questions, please be stay. Others you can drop for that and send your emails.